Hi, this is Nana Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Saturday, June 22nd, 2019. Looking at fire potential impacts over the next few days, today we are looking at cool temperatures across the region, spreading across Utah, and we will see some isolated showers and thunderstorms across central Idaho, eastern Utah, and Wyoming today, and on Sunday those storms will be across Idaho and Wyoming. As we move into Monday, we're looking at gusty winds and low relative humidity impacting the orange highlighted areas on the map. Over the past 24 hours, there was some shower and thunderstorm activity, mainly focused across central Utah. Not much was reported in the way of lightning. Fire activity is quite light across the area, with nothing significant as far as new or existing fires. Over the past 7 days, the majority of the precipitation has been focused across central Utah. You can see, looking at the percent of normal map on the right, that things have really dried out across Idaho and portions of Nevada and Arizona. ERCs are beginning to slowly move up into that yellow category across the area. You can see, though, for the majority of the Great Basin, ERCs are still below the 50th percentile. Continuing to look at ERCs, I've pulled up the charts of the areas that are approaching normal. You can see in GB8, which is in southeastern Idaho, ERCs are almost at normal levels for the time of year. And in GB22, we have seen a significant rise in ERCs over the past couple of weeks, and those are beginning to get a little closer to normal, but really across the Great Basin, ERCs are generally below normal. Live fuel moisture is above normal in almost the entire Great Basin. The graphs on the right are showing sagebrush fuel moisture. You can see all three traces are above normal. Continuing to look at fuels, the image on the left shows the fuel moisture for our 10-hour fuels, and those fuels are driest across southern Nevada. If we look at the soil moisture anomalies, however, you can see that soil moistures are lowest across southwestern Idaho and northern Nevada, and that's where we've seen a little more fire activity, and also the same area that we are expecting the gusty winds with low relative humidity on Monday. Satellite this morning shows a low pressure system moving across the north of the area, and that will bring us some more unsettled weather today. So, for today, we are looking at that low pressure system in place across the Great Basin that will bring much cooler temperatures to the area. So, looking at today in more detail, you can see from the image on the left, relative humidities will be pretty high across the northern part of the area, decreasing, moving further south, with relatively light winds across all but southeastern Utah. As we move into Sunday, we start to see some drier air across the south, and that storm system moving off to the east. This significant fire potential map has almost the entire Great Basin in the green category. Looking at Sunday in a little more detail, again, generally light winds across the Great Basin with relative humidities highest across the northern part of the area. Moving into Monday, we start to see another low pressure system making its way in towards the area. With that approaching storm system, winds will begin to increase across the western part of the Great Basin. You can see those gusty winds forecast across western Nevada, as well as lower relative humidities. So over the next 3 days, really not much in the way of precipitation across the Great Basin. As we move into Tuesday, we'll continue to see pretty gusty winds ahead of that approaching low pressure system. Really a very unusual weather pattern for this time of the year. Moving into Wednesday, that low pressure system slowly continues to make its way south and east across the Great Basin. And on Thursday, still a pretty slow moving system, still making its way slowly into the area, and really we're expecting some strong winds Wednesday and Thursday with that storm system moving into the area. And then on Friday, it looks like that storm system starts to lift, move a little further up to the north and the east. So in the 7-day period, really not much expected in the way of precipitation across the area. It's looking pretty dry. In the 8 to 14-day outlook, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for below normal temperatures across much of the Great Basin, with below normal precipitation across the southeastern parts of the area. And that's really just pointing to the fact that typically we'd be starting to see some monsoonal moisture make its way, maybe not into the Great Basin at this point, but certainly into the southwestern states. And that is not really happening due to the very unusual weather pattern that we are seeing. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thank you.